Travel back Balenciaga, 30,000 just for luggage. Financial advisor bugging.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, W.W.J.D. What would Jay do? I'm Jay, Jamila, everybody calls me Jay, and I'm a financial advisor. So what I'm going to be doing is talking about W.W.J.D. What would Jay do if I were the financial advisor to your favorite influencers, singers, rappers, stars, celebrities, actors, actresses? What would I do based off of the financial information and some of the moves that they make that we see in the media? Now, when I have clients, I look at the complete picture, everything that has to do with their income and their cash flow. So obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm just going to be able to base my professional opinion on what you know and what I know, which is what's released. So again, this is my professional opinion. If you have something different that you would do, you know, that's fine. But this is what I would do if this person was my client. This is the advice that I would give. And, you know, don't take it too personally if I say something that you don't agree with, or if I talk about somebody that you admire or love or look up to, and I say that I don't think it's a good idea what they do with their money. You don't know them. And even if you do, this is still the same advice that I would give if they were my client. So welcome to the show. Let's get started. So first up today, we're going to be talking about Jacquees. I think that's his name. I've Googled it like 10 times to make sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly. And I see it, you know, pronounced differently everywhere that I look. But the last place I checked, it said Jacquees, so that's what we calling him today. So I was like, who is Jacquees? And I looked it up, I Googled, and the clip I found was I was like, no, let me play it one more time, because let me just make sure that this is the king of R&B. Let me see. What? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's the power of your mind. If you think you are and you think you can, I mean, you got to be positive and think, you know, shit. Okay, you may know him because recently he came out and said he was the king of R&B for this generation. Now, I've never heard of him. I had to Google to, I may have heard songs that I didn't know were him, but when he came out as the king, I'm thinking, what, king of what? What song? Okay, so anyway, looked up some of his songs, and what really caught my eye was recently his mom got married, and he showed up to the wedding, and at the reception brought a duffel of $100,000 and dumped it out on the floor for his mom for her wedding gift. Now, everybody's excited. Obviously, somebody gives you $100,000, you're feeling pretty tight. So in our community, usually, and if you don't know what I mean by our community, I'm probably not talking to you, but in our community, we tend to have a responsibility, especially a financial responsibility, once you make it and once you're the one who has made it and has a check, to take care of your family. Usually athletes, you know, depending on where they're from and how established their family is, they buy their mama a house, buy their mama a car, take care of uncles, brothers, cousins, sisters, great grandparents, anybody and everybody. They just feel that responsibility and pull because they've made it. Now they want to give back. And giving back is always a good thing. But I always teach my clients, and you're going to hear me say, if you continue to watch these videos, I call it a show in the introduction. So if you continue to watch my show, I say over and over and over, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It matters how much money you keep. So in giving away $100,000, what would I have said to Jacquees if he was my client? One, absolutely not. There's no way I would have authorized my client to give away $100,000 cash to anybody. And let's look at why, the reasons that those are. And let me check my notes. I looked up, now again, this is public information. I don't know how accurate it is. Again, if he was my client, I'd have more detailed information. But based off of what I found, last year he made $1.1 million. So that sounds good, right? But even though he made $1.1 million, after taxes, he really brought home $627,000. So if it's true that he made $1.1 million in 2017, From after he paid his taxes, which hopefully he paid his taxes, he brought home $627,000. So we see him with Lambos, Porsches, Hummers, all types of high-end luxury vehicles. I don't know if he purchased those, if he's leasing those. You know, we see him Gucci down from head to toe, diamonds, always with stacks, flashing all the money. So we know that he's a big spender, or it appears that he's a big spender. So with $100,000 cash, I would have suggested, or some other things that he could have done if he wanted to give something to his mom, was I would have first made sure that her retirement is straight. Because if he's the sole breadwinner and he's the sole income maker for the family and they look to him for a check, we don't know how long his reign is going to be. Even though he says he's the king of R&B, things change. And making 1.1 million, I think I saw when I looked it up this year, he's on track to maybe make around 3 million. Still, that's going to be taxed. And when you start making that kind of money, you're in the highest tax bracket. So they're going to take as much as they can. So I will make sure that she's straight as far as longevity. So a lot of the things that people do with money, it's impulsive. You do something today, you go cash out and buy the house, you go cash out and buy the car, but nobody thinks a long term. I think he's what, 24 years old. So, you know, you're thinking for today. So at $100,000, I may have said, buy your mom 10 houses. You know, I'm assuming she lives in Georgia. Again, I don't know. This is just based off of the information I could find. You could have bought your mom 10 houses, put $10,000 down as a down payment on all of them, and let her collect the income, the rental income from all the houses. And that's something that over time, hopefully the real estate could appreciate. She could make a check every month, and it's something that's passive income that keeps coming in while she sleeps over and over and over again, that will pay her for the rest of her life as long as she keeps the property. 2, I would have suggested buy a business. You know, there's tons of franchises for under $100,000 that you can get, or you can start that, you know, start her own business. I don't know what she's interested in, but $100,000 is a lot of money just to give away. I don't know what she's going to do with the money, but usually when somebody's given money like that, or, you know, comes into some kind of financial windfall, the lottery, or, you know, any type of big money like that, it's gone before they can even think about it. And usually, you know, if you're the one who gave the gift and you're the king of R&B, they expect the money to keep coming. So if you can drop 100 today, hopefully they may be looking for you to drop 150 next time, or 200,000 next time. So I would have maybe suggested that he purchase her a business or start her a business that can grow and produce more income that could come into her. Lastly, let's say I would have said maybe get an annuity for your mom. An annuity is a contract between you and the insurance company that guarantees income for life. So throw 100 racks in the annuity, and when it's time for her to retire, she'll be able to get a check every month for the rest of her life, just based off of that one-time investment. So again, it's always important to make sure what you're doing with your money is not an impulsive today thing, but something that, again, it doesn't matter how much money you make, it matters how much money you keep. So my suggestion, always throw the 100 racks in something that will make you more money. It looks good, it's impressive, you bought a Louis bag out, dumped 100 racks, but where's that 100 racks going to be this time next year? Who knows? So hopefully you keep spitting out those king hits of R&B, and you keep staying on top as the king of R&B, and the money will keep rolling in. In the event that it does or doesn't, you could still set your mom up in a way that she doesn't necessarily need you financially or look to you financially with the money and the moves that you made. Jacquees, I could be your financial advisor. Let me make that money last for a long, 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 long time. About as long as that. All right, make sure you subscribe, like, forward, introduce, invite, email, send this video out to anybody that you know who might be interested in receiving money tips or learning more about money, or the things that they could possibly do if they were looking for a financial advisor. If you have any suggestions or any questions or any athletes or celebrities, influencers that you'd like me to talk about, send them in the comments. Send me a question, send me a message.